In this first episode of the series, we're going to look at the model, so how we're going to model this, and in the next episode we're going to look at texturing, so making the material and rendering it in a nice environment. Hello everyone, in this video we're going to be looking at how you can make this little robot in just about 15 minutes of time spent in total. So as you can see, this little robot has quite a bit of modeling detail with pretty simple topology. Now if you look at my vertices, it's not that much for such a pretty complex mesh. And now how would you get such a complex mesh in about 50 minutes? That's where KITOPS is coming into play. And today I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to know to create something like this in a couple of minutes. For that I'm going to be jumping into a new blend file. First thing I'm going to do is tell you a little bit about KITOPS. So I've put a link in the description to this website where you can find the KPEX, which is basically the assets for KITOPS. Now if you scroll down and go to Andrew Everkin Kit Bash, this is the only one I found to be free, and it has the most assets actually of all of them. So that's really cool. So this is the kit we're going to be using, and you can use this with the free version. I've got the paid version, but you can follow along with just the free version and this massive pack. So when you hop into Blender and you've downloaded KITOPS, you need to leave two of the things into its file. Let's see. So you've got KITOPS, the version, so KITOPS 2.23, and you will have the free version, and you have toggle display. You need to install these ones, and the rest you will need to unpack. And once you have installed KITOPS, so when I type in KITOPS, I got my KITOPS here, and you can set some file paths to the different kits you're going to be using. So for example, when I click this one, let's do the Andrew Everkin hard surface. So I unpack the Andrew Everkin hard surface pack. I click on it, and you have to click on it again, and this is where all the things are, and now you can click accept. So for another example, grid designs, you think okay, grid designs, then here I click accept. No, you've got to go to the point where all of the files will be. Now once you've done that, make sure to save your preferences, or autosave preferences is enabled, and then you can find the packs you got right here, and I set up a little thingy so that only these ones are now visible. Now I make a little blockout for my robot. Just that you have the proportions right. So this looks like a Roblox character, but we're now going to use these KITOPS assets. So first for the core, look for something nice, something detailed, like this looks pretty good. And what I'm going to do is Shift S and the cursor to my selected. So when I now insert this KITOPS thing, then it will insert on the right here in the middle. And now I can just scale it up and move it around a little bit, and you'll see that I already have a body for my robot. If you don't want to use these things and just want to work from a mesh you have created, for example, that's also possible. So instead of these, I'm just going to use color complex or color simple. I believe these ones, most of these are in the free version as well, and you can just take one of them. For example, let's take this one. You need to select the object you want to cut in and then add insert. Now for me it will snap to the face, but you've got to do that yourself. So I can insert this, scale it up, and then I'll have this boolean. If I now want to apply it, So I can now press this one, convert it to mesh, and then remove the unused wire inserts. And you'll see that your mesh got updated. You can shade them smooth for a nicer inside, and you can just keep adding details however long you want. But we're not going to do it like that. We are going to be using the robot parts that I want. So like I did before, add this as an insert, scale it up until I'm happy, something like that. Then go with the arm and go with one of the arms, and I'll probably need something like a swivel. Let's go with this one. Let's not select it because we don't want to bullying it. Rotate it, set it up right there, and I want it to be rotated like that, probably 90 degrees on the z-axis. Bring it back a little bit. So now I've got one piece of the arm, choose one that can fit inside of it, something like that. Then do the same steps, rotating it a little bit, set 90, grab set, right here is probably fine. It's not perfect, but it can work, and you can look for something that maybe fits a little bit better. And you can look for something that you want to use as the hand maybe. You can use this as the leg. That's what I did in my own render. Use the arm also as a leg. But you can see if maybe something looks more appealing to you as a leg. Like this could be a cool foot. I don't know why. Looks better. So you can also just use a couple of these assets and not maybe all of them. Something that can connect to this. This part could connect. And I see that this one will also be connecting, it seems like. Let's see if I rotate it 90 degrees like that. Move it, scale it. Okay, so that looks pretty cool. Now I just need one thing to connect it with to its bottom. We can also make a hip. Maybe there's something that we can use as a hip. Here's a connector. Oh, that might be perfect. So I'm gonna shift S here and add the insert right there. What do I want to be the side? Probably want to rotate a little bit like that. And maybe create a little bit bigger. Now I want there to be something connecting these two. Make it bigger, rotate it around the X for 180 in this case, and then just move it into position, make it a bit smaller so that it fits. So let's see how our robot will look right now. If I set the cursor here again and then look for something for the head. This kind of looks like Wall-E. Maybe we can use that. That these things will be the eyes. of our robot. And then we need something for the face, like this one maybe. That looks kind of fun. Okay, let's go with something like that. It looks pretty cool. Now what we can do is convert everything to a mesh and then remove the unused wire inserts. Make something like this, a single mesh with this as the main object, and this will be the same mesh as well. Set the origin to the geometry and then start with the mirror modifier. Use this thing as mirror for this object at least. As you can see, I need to make it a bit smaller because they're intersecting with each other. Move them back up again. Like that. And I can probably make the main body a little bit slimmer. This looks a bit big to me. And this thing can also be a bit slimmer. Arms are pretty nice like this. They can be centered a bit better, maybe even a bit to the front. And then the head, of course, also needs to be put down, like so. Let's get the head in like this. That looks pretty cool. Okay, so let's mirror this one. Select this one last, Ctrl L to link the modifiers, and then we've copied them around. Have to lower these a bit, and then we've got a new robot, which looks pretty cool, I would say. And just look, there's a lot more cool parts that you can try using. This one I used for the other model. And that will be it for the modeling part of this series. Now you've got a nice looking robot model, and in the next episode we're going to look at how you can make a nice looking material with my procedural node. I showed you in the beginning how it's going to look. Thank you for watching, and hopefully till the next episode. Bye!